Hey everyone, this is ManlyBadassHero, and this is basically a kind of celebratory video. As you might have noticed, we hit 1 million subscribers, and I think the exact timing was January 2nd around 4 a.m. EST. I'm not sure the exact time, but it was around then. And you're looking at the countdown video right now. I recorded the turnover to 1 million, and I actually did this when I was on vacation. So I bring my recording equipment with me and everything when I go on like vacations or trips. And I'm like, I can't miss this. You only hit this kind of like really once. So I recorded everything and stuff at glorious 4 a.m. in the morning. But this video has been a little bit delayed because I didn't really want to do anything till I got back home. But yeah, 1 million subscribers. It is. I ran this scenario a few times in my head on the kind of run up to this, and I wasn't quite sure how I was going to react to hitting that. And I think. It's on. At first I thought it was gonna be like really emotional, but it's almost like null. And I don't mean null like I'm emotional. It's just more like it's very surreal. It's just like one of those things you don't really expect to see. So like once it's here, it's just like wow, like it leaves you. Well, at least it left me kind of wordless. It didn't help. It was 4 a.m. in the morning. And I was very tired. But yeah, that's how I kind of reacted. But anyway, this is gonna be a I'm kind of consider this like a multi-chapter video. And none of this is going to be scripted. I don't like doing full-length scripts or outlines or anything. I'm just going to kind of talk from the heart. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to be playing Ninja Gaiden. Like, I'm actually literally going to be live playing Ninja Gaiden as I'm like doing this commentary, so things are going to go down. But that'll be for the latter part of the video. The initial part is I need to thank everybody. Big thank you to all you watchers, your supporters, your fans, everyone. Like, this has been a real wild last 2 years. No, about a year and a half, really. And I'll be showing some like charts so you can kind of see like how big of a jump this is. If you were part of that first 150,000, 200,000 subscriber count, you might have noticed like this is an amazing jump. Like the amount of support you've all brought in is just huge. I have not, in my history of YouTubing, because I've been doing this for 12 years now, I have not seen a jump like that in a very long time for most channels out there. So that just gives more evidence to how much all your support really mattered and how much enthusiasm you guys have all had. You guys are the best. And seeing the thing go over to 1 million wasn't too emotional, but actually talking about it makes me feel a little bit more emotional. It's one thing to like see it, it's another thing to think it, I guess. But yeah, like I said, that the support has been so amazing. Like it's just out there. Like it's just so you guys have really been hitting it. The comments have been so nice. Even from the congratulatory. I'm starting with my words. I'm just gonna leave that in. I'm not gonna edit it out. This is, like I said, this is an unscripted video. But all the congratulations, all the thanks, everything. The fan art. If you go to my Twitter, there's a lot of fan art people have drawn for the 1 million marker. There's some great fan art out there. I'm appreciative of all of it. And aside from all you watchers and everything, I'm really appreciative to the indie devs and the video gaming scene in general. Because they've been basically extremely important in this. The indie scene has been doing an amazing job the last couple of years or so. Not that they don't release good games all the time, but I've seen some real organization from these indie developers. I'm assuming there's a lot of like social networking and connecting going on, and they're probably sharing information about stuff. Because the indie scene has been really hitting out of the park. Like they've been putting out some great unique games. So I wouldn't be here. This milestone video would not be here if it wasn't for both you, the viewers, and like I said, the indie dev scene in particular. And I've talked about this in a few other videos, not on mine, but like on other channels, like things when they've asked me to speak about things. And I have a lot of respect for the indie dev scene. But yeah, this is gonna be kind of a ranty video. I just felt like that was the most appropriate for that format, because that's what my channel is like. I like the feeling of it's just me talking to you all. It's like I said, natural. All right, let's start up Ninja Gaiden here. If you don't realize, if you've never been to my streams, this is somewhat like an inside, not necessarily an inside joke. I just really like Ninja Gaiden, so I always like sneak Ninja Gaiden into my streams. Let me pause because there's a timer in the level. And I'll actually be doing a celebratory stream that will basically occur around 9 p.m. EST on my Twitch channel. There's links down in the description. I always have in my post video. I didn't want to stream on YouTube, Sometimes YouTube's a little tricky on the copyright end of things. But I will do it being a special stream. Not of Ninja Gaiden, but of a very specific game, because I did make a promise back when I started my channel that I would play a very specific game, which you'll see if you go to the stream or if you can check the recordings. But yeah, I'm going to try to balance playing. You're going to hear the clickety-clacks with talking about things. So, like I said, I'm very appreciative of everyone. I'm getting attacked by a demon dog. This is going to be probably the most surreal congratulatory videos I'm playing Ninja Gaiden that's probably been out there. But I don't know. I always celebrate Ninja Gaiden. It's just a personal thing I've done since I was a kid. Ow. But, dodge that dog? Okay. So, this is going to be kind of the second chapter of this video. And I'm essentially going to be talking about the history of the channel, because a lot of you probably don't know too much about. It's probably been lost to time a little bit unless you're from the very kind of beginnings of things here. So I've been doing this for almost 12 years, longer than the channel itself existed. And the ManlyBadassHero channel itself exists originally as a stream recording backup, because I used to stream on live stream. This was long before Twitch existed. And you either stream on live stream and then eventually Justin TV. But live stream was literally one of the first aptly named live stream. And it was still called ManlyBadassHero. It was specifically called ManlyBadass. Hold up. ManlyBadass Hero Justice Weeaboo is the full title name. And I've said. Okay. I've said that there's multiple like origins of a name. It's partially like aligned with me because of hold up, there's a cutscene going on. It's important. There's a ninja here. Looks like I've hit 1 million subscribers, but suddenly something's behind me. Who are you? I'm YouTube, and I'm here for a very important reason. To deliver your 1 million subscriber button in the form of a gun. Oh! Anyway, that was the cutscene. It's a little weird. Yeah, I'm probably gonna die in this at least once. There's like a couple of spots. Anyway, so as I was left off, I stream on live stream, ManlyBadassHero Justice Weeaboo. It's both a name that was supposed to be obnoxious to type in, because I just wanted to annoy people who would type in the URL, because it'd be extremely long, and I wanted that just with a run-on sentence. As you can tell by my video titles sometimes. I'm a little bit of a troll, let's just say that. A good fun troll, anyway. And I also want something that kind of represented me. So, I was heavily into... Oh god. I'm a big Kamen Rider fan. I like a lot of mecha anime. I like a lot of cute anime. I like all sorts of anime and stuff like that. So, as you can even just tell by the avatar is supposed to be me. But it is supposed to be me in a style that is reminiscent of the old Kamen Rider manga. Of Get a Robo and stuff like that. Hence the red scarf and everything. I like the heroic... I like that kind of heroic aspect, the classic anime hero. And, you know, the weeaboo part was for obvious reasons, just because, you know, the anime motif. And I used to kind of advertise myself as like, oh, I play... Oh god, I'm being attacked. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. I don't want that. Ow! No! Okay. Getting distracted. Anyway, as I was saying, so yeah, that's the origin, like the name, the overall style of my avatar and everything. The avatar did come later. Actually, it came a little later in the lifespan of things. It came during the YouTube era. Beforehand, I just had like a generic, kind of like just anime image as my avatar. But the name was always there. And I had a friend draw some art for me, draw the avatar, and I said like, hey, you know, here's a picture of me, just stop attacking me while I'm trying to commentary. Here's a picture of me doing the style of like that old manga hero. Bam. And that's the same avatar we've had since the start of me actually like branding thing as ManlyBadassHero. Now, I should say that as far as motivations of starting a channel, there's a little funny part to the channel. So I am from Thailand. Well, originally anyway. I was born there in Bangkok. My actual family comes from Phetchabun, which is towards the central part of Thailand. Sometimes called the Swiss Alps of Thailand. It's a very pretty place. Some wonderful mountains and things. I don't want that! I sometimes die here. Hold up. Oh my god. Oh my god! There we go. Okay. So I was saying. So I'm from Bangkok originally. And then, you know, eventually moved to the States. I've lived most of my life in the States, but I do go back to Thailand occasionally, which comes back to my next point. Before I started I want that. Before I started the channel, specifically, I actually had just came back from Thailand. And there was a little funny thing that kind of happened. I believe they're called Mordus. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but Mordus are kind of they tell your fortune, they do all sorts of stuff. Sometimes they do like little rituals or things like that. But they're a thing in Thailand. That's what my mom calls them anyway. And I was stopped in the streets of Thailand on my final day before going back to the States. And usually there's a lot of people who will stop you and try to get your money in Thailand. That is a very normal thing. Usually just kind of like ignore them. Sometimes they're scams, sometimes, you know, it's whatever. But I decided to humor this one, and I think my fortune was, they said I was going to be a success, but I had very intense energy. And I almost died there. Oh my god. If I harnessed that intense energy, I was going to be a major success. I was going to be able to, like, the fortune would come true, in a sense. So, that was just before I started the channel. That's when I kind of like decided, like, you know what? Let's do YouTubing. I need to kill this boss. Whoa! Oh, God. I just usually just tank the bosses. They're not too hard. Anyway. See, I decided I was going to start the channel and do all that stuff like that. But there was like another kind of motive to starting the channel. Partially, it was heavily to kind of cure my depression I was going through at the time. And the other end was to stream. You know, just kind of show games to my friends, have fun to my friends. Just have an excuse to play video games. Because my friend gifted me Amnesia. I remember they gifted me Amnesia. And then the game wasn't out yet. It was a pre-order for Amnesia. And I was like, all right, you know, I'll stream that game. That wasn't the first game I streamed, but like I said, like I promised that I would eventually stream that game. So that kind of started the horror angle. And I also streamed a lot of visual novels, like anime kind of games, and I would kind of read them and stuff. At that time, some of my friends would also join me and do some little reading, but primarily it was just me. So that kind of started the reading angle, like, you know, also like I read text and everything. And also why I kind of integrate. I think I'm the only YouTube channel that has a mixture of like horror and like anime games like that. I'm pretty sure. Because you know, I have an eccentric taste. So real quick while this cutscene's going on, answering some these are some goofball questions that I see people sometimes ask and everything are confused about. So the trash can thing. The trash can thing and some of the other stuff like the useless and everything. Those are all inside jokes. They're not references to specific anime or anything. And they're all things I've done since basically most of my life. So a lot of my references and little things I do, little quirks and everything, a lot of them sometimes are tributes to like friends or parts of my past. I'm kind of sentimental, I kind of do things like that, and I kind of carry things with me. The trash can feel like my soul thing is just it's obviously like a kind of self-joke, but also it's a reference to Pokemon. And inside Pokemon, like you sometimes had items in the trash, so I used to play Pokemon, I'd be like, the trash can is empty, like my soul. I would literally just say that when like on the Game Boy. Everything else, like I said, is just a really just random kind of joke. Like just a little random thing of these things being quirky, because I just do that. But yeah, anyway, like I said, multiple things that kind of was started for, this was probably about 12 years ago. So that's kind of where I always say, like, I'm one of the first ever video game streamers And I mean that very literally. Like, I'm literally one of the first. There wasn't that many back then. There was maybe like 10 other channels. Aside from like, at least ones that stream regularly. There was other channels that would sometimes like do one-offs. Like, that was kind of the era. Like, there wasn't like a set market. Oh god, I hate this part. Stop it! Stop it, please! Hold up. Thank you. I need that. Be very helpful. Should be an eagle. Excuse me. Thank you. Anyway. That part was very intense. I couldn't, like, talk during it. This level can also get pretty intense, too, if I remember correctly. It's been a little while since I played this. Maybe, like, a few months. I have to remember, like, the gimmicks. There's, like, a lot of eagles and stuff. Okay. We good. We good. We good. We good. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Let me pause. I gotta refocus my thoughts again. Okay. So that was kind of chapter 2 of the video, talking about the origin and everything. Chapter 3 is kind of talk about my philosophy of YouTubing. So most YouTubers don't really talk about that. But as you know, it's like, people have to kind of point out, like, this channel's very old school. And that's because inherently, that's part of the reason, like, things have always been kind of, like, very private. I don't really use face cam. It's not because I'm particularly scared of anything. It's just, I've never been one for celebrity. I don't really quite like it. I honestly really just want to just play video games. Oh god. This is where you would play the JoJo theme. I forgot there was that gimmick. You can die on this part very easily. But because of that philosophy, I really enjoy what I do. And I don't mean just because I'm just saying that because, like, oh, the channel's doing really well and everything, and growth has been great and stuff like that. I mean, like, I just legitimately enjoy what I do. There's not been a day I have ran this channel that I am about to get a load of pain. Ninja Gaiden is one of those games where if you mess up the first jump, you're in a load of pain. I always call this a rhythm game. It's not really a rhythm game, but you kind of have like a certain rhythm to the level and the way you approach it. If not, you make your approach much more complicated. That bullet can trap you. Anyway, as I was saying. But like I said, there's been not a day where I have been like burned out or like been like not enjoying this. Because I just really like playing a variety of games. Like I'm a big game player. I play every genre. I take that very little. Whenever I do like a room tour or something, you'll see like what my game collection's like. Like I just love playing games. And I really appreciate the fact I'm attached to video gaming in some form. I'm not a developer. I'm not a big game company CEO. But I just love the fact that my life kind of lead me towards this way where I am involved in video games indirectly. And that, you know, match one of my passions. And it's not like this was like a life where like this was it or nothing. I hate this. I really hate this. There's like a certain, I'm trying to remember like the gimmick here. You gotta jump. Oh god! JoJo theme. It's a little easier if I wasn't commentating, but it's whatever. If I go game over, I'll just replay it again. But I grew in a very supportive family, and my father has always told me, like, literally, like, if I do anything, I'm gonna be a success at. So I had a lot of options. Also, due to my father's kind of past, I would have had a lot of options, different ways of kind of approaching my life and choosing where to go. But I like video games a lot. I kind of wanted to go down this path, something a little different than my dad. So this is the thing I decided to pursue, and he actually was okay with me pursuing this. Like, I mean, not because like, oh, it's only making money. But even when it just started out, when I first got that, I think it was like $50 was the old YouTube thing. To get any money, you had to get $50 payout. Whether over 1 month or over many months. So as soon as I got that first 50, he just said like, all right, go for it. He didn't, like, there was no questions to ask. He just assumed like I was probably gonna be a success at it. So it's been taking a little time, you know, it's taken 12 years, but I'm always kind of like, I'm not gonna quite say slow and steady. It's just more like my life has always been kind of that way, where I've always seen myself as the hero always has to kind of fight to get what he wants. You know, it's always like hard work and guts, right? So I don't mind it. I really like work. I really like struggling to kind of get what you want. And right now, I want to get down this pit without dying. There we go. You have to do that perfectly. You literally... The boss may or may not kill me. I have to be careful. I play this very safe. Because I have plenty of ammo. There's a way you can kill this boss faster, but since I'm low in health, and I don't want to redo that jump again, I'm just gonna play it like this. Go ninja, go ninja, go. Anyway, I'm trying to remember when I left off my commentary. So it was something about video games, and I don't know. I have a lot of video games on mine because I'm playing one right now. Manly, you've got to remember what you're talking about. What are you talking about? I'm just a ninja. You're a YouTuber. Anyway, it's enough of that. But yeah, I know a lot of people like sometimes comment like, "Oh, please, Manly, don't feel any burnout. You know, you take a break if you want to." But yeah, sometimes I do feel like literally physically tired. As in like, I'll do like an all-nighter, like 5 a.m. in the morning. Even when I was like on my vacation, like I had my recording equipment with me. I was recording like long games like Lily's Well and stuff like that, or Milk Bag or whatever. And those were long games, so I was like up to like the 4 or 5 a.m.s or anything. But like while there's the physical limits thing, and yeah, I get tired or my back starts to hurt, or like I like fall asleep in my chair and like my arms hurt in the morning, I enjoy what I do, so it never feels like a chore. It never feels like, oh man, I gotta do this or anything. I essentially just love every second of it. Like the work aspect, the editing, the even when I'm like my voice is strained because I've been recording so long, I just love the full immersion of doing what I do. And I think that's really important. That's probably how I've been able to like keep going all these 12 years. You know, a lot of channels would have quit part way on the way there, saying like, you know, maybe it's not for me. Gotta go make a living. But I just had my actual like living, and I just kept doing my job and doing this. We're actually go to another subject on this. This is another reason I need to thank everybody, because you have literally improved my life and maybe somewhat saved it as far as like living standard and crisis point. So 2020 is when my channel starts to rise and everything goes great, etc., etc. But 2019 was one of the worst years of my life. I'm not gonna go into like personal events, but a lot of personal things happened. And also on top of those personal things, I had to move out. My landlord was gonna sell his house. I was renting a portion of his house because it was like a vacation home, and I had a relatively like low rent, kind of grandfathered in for the area. So he was gonna sell the house, which, you know, I don't blame him. You know, that's his right. He could sell the house, but he kind of gave me an ultimatum. Like, he said, like, hey, I'm gonna sell the house. You know, if it takes a little bit of time for you to get out, he said, like, I'll give you like 6 months or something, no rent free. Like, I'm just gonna give you like 6 months rent free to see if you can like find out a place to rent or buy a house or whatever. You know, just keep me posted like how things are going. Because this was a very nice landlord, by the way. Most landlords would not do that. Trust me, this landlord was very nice. That's why I said, like, I don't blame him for trying to sell a house. Like, his right. But he was very nice during the whole thing. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to finally buy a house, and I'm going to try my best to do it. And that in itself was a whole ordeal. If you know anything about home buying, I'm self-employed because, you know, I'm in YouTubing and stuff like that. So my income's it's a little tricky when you report it. It's a little chaotic. So finance companies don't really look down on that. They make it very hard for you to get the financing you need. And the specific house I was looking at had a very erratic home seller who, at least twice what I was negotiating when talking with him, decided to bail out of the deal, and that would cause bluff, and then he would come back, and so on and so on. It was like a real song and dance. But I finally found a company that would work with me, that would work with people who are self-employed. I had a great mortgage agent who really like went all above and beyond to try to get this thing done. And even then, though, it was still down to the margins. So I bought the house in sometime in 2019, and if you know anything about how loans work and everything like that, this basically came down to the wire, and there was all sorts of weird things that happened during this whole process, where they kept coming back and saying like, "Oh, you need more income, you need more money," and so on and so on. For some of you, this might be like confusing if you don't know how this stuff works, but maybe you'll find at least interesting how chaotic it is just to try to get a house in America anyway. So, just kind of like long story short, the closing, the final like okay to go came on the day of the actual closing, which was already delayed in the first place. So like it came in hot that the permission to actually close. Closing being like, all right, we funded the loan or whatever. And the margins for me to get that loan were down to the dollars difference, as in not hundreds, not thousands, down to the dollars. So if my child did any worse in say like June or July, if the viewership was any little bit less, I would have not been in my house. The deal would have fell through. So there was a lot of miracles that happened during that point. And this was especially important since I have elderly parents. My dad in particular is pretty old. He would not be like me hearing me say that. But I would not trust him. Basically, I don't want to put my dad in like a home or something. So like I wanted to find a house that could fit all of us. That was part of the complication with this whole thing with me finding a house. So like your guys' viewership has essentially kept my family in home. Which is one of the things I feel like I owe you guys everything. And it's also going to help me in my healthcare, because actually, at the end of 2019, I also need like dental work done. And I was like, I don't have the money to like dental work. I have a little bit of debt, things like that. So I still have not done that, but I told myself like once I have 1 million subscribers, I'll go back to the dentist and get the work done I need to be done. So that's random trivia. So you guys have improved both my home situation and eventually my health. Fun little fact. I don't think many YouTubers talk about that part of thing, but I just feel like that had to be stated. Hi! Oh god, Brad! Okay, that's fine. It worked out. Okay. Excuse me. Ow. Anyway, that's that level. We're coming up to my favorite level. We're coming up to Disney World. That's Disneyland right there. No, Disney World, yeah. That's Disney World. That's the Magic Kingdom. Mickey Mouse lives there. An evil big scary castle with all of his Marvel dollars. Not Star Wars dollars. We don't count that. Star Wars is not profitable anymore. Mickey's very, very upset about that. Anyway, this is probably the part where I'm most cut out my commentary randomly, because like these ninjas are going to come in really hot. I'm trying to remember this is... Okay, that's good. Thank you. I need that. Ow, 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 ow. Excuse me, ninjas, excuse me, ninjas. Thank you. Much appreciative. Hold up, I gotta be careful on this one. Nope, don't want that. Hopefully YouTube does not have a weird audio claim on Ninja Gaiden's OST. That'd be really awkward right now. Anyway, click my thoughts. But yeah, quick timeline. So anyway, the miracle of the house thing happened. Everything worked out. Not fully, because, you know, this is pre-channel boom. And I was able to afford this house because it's somewhat fixer-uppery. And a lot of things, everything that could go wrong went wrong, basically, with the house. Which is very common. You see, like, in the reality TV shows. That stuff is real. Like, there was, like, leaks. There was all sorts of things. Like, the water pump went out. So, that comes back to, once again, oh, I made a stupid mistake. Oh! JoJo. But yeah, the Sun Channel successor, like, was so helpful for that. Because if it wasn't, like, you were talking about, like, me basically out, I would be saying, like, alright, there's a leak in the roof, but, you know, I can't really afford to fix it. I got the thing doesn't put a hole in the thing for the next, 6 months, so I'll save up enough money. So, you guys saved me on the first end, and then you saved me on the back end, too. So when I say, like, I'm so appreciative of all your support, like, I essentially have a life debt. Like, it's been amazing. I'm not a person that's really good at putting emotion in the words, so if you see me say anything, even just a thank you, like, thank you for me is 50 thank yous, in a sense. And I need to kill this guy. Excuse me. Excuse me. This is gonna hurt. I did this wrong. It's fine. Made up for the rebound. Ow. Oh god! Rookie mistake. That's a rookie mistake, too. I call that post-revival jobbing. If you play platformers, it's where you start taking certain areas lightly and you start making mistakes on your repeat on your lives. Because you get mentally a little bored because you're reviewing areas and you'll make rookie mistakes that you won't know. There's two versions of that. There's one where you actually, like, you've gone for the area so much and you, like, breeze through it. And then there's, like, one where you start making stupid mistakes. That was that one. That worked out. I think I can get you to disappear. I'm actually just better off just jumping and taking it. Hold up. Yeah, that's what I want. Thank you. I'm trying to debate if I can actually beat the game in time for my commentary to end, which would be kind of funny. Not easy, but kind of funny. Thank you. You do. Huh. Ouch. I'm in a little precarious spot, but I can probably beat the boss. This is gonna be the two demon dogs. I have to play this a little conservative. If I can get the one clone down. As long as you stack one of these pillars. I'm talking about Ninja Gaiden now. I'm supposed to be, like, talking about my commentary. Sorry. Yeah, we got plenty of time on the clock. Excuse me, come on down here, would you? There we go. Now I can chase this one and not have to worry about too much reprisal. But yeah, I'm gonna play this mainly safe and just... Alright! I don't think there's too much for me else to say. I'm trying to think of anything else. When the YouTube medal comes in, we'll definitely do a follow-up video. Kind of 1 million subscribers party part 2. And then I'll do like a room tour and stuff like that. Because there's other subjects I want to talk about. Let me just skip that cutscene. But yeah, just to kind of restate, like, I've said multiple times in this video, but like, I'm so appreciative for all the support I've gotten. And this rise has been just amazing. And you have to realize, from my history of watching channels grow and shrink or whatever, there was no trick to this rise. It was just your support. And obviously, you know, not to like completely like poo-poo on myself. Like obviously I was working hard on uploading videos all the time, but there was no gimmick to the rise. There wasn't one singular game or trend or I caught a fad at the right time. It was just, I just upload and you all just wanted to watch. So like I said, that's testament to how much all your support has really mattered. And how amazing, go Eagle! How amazing it's been. Excuse me. Thank you. There's a bat that's gonna, no. Oh God, I caught that. My life flashed before my eyes. My ninja life. Thank you. You just walked out the door. It's whatever. Let's see if I get for this level alive, alright? We'll see if we get for this alive. I don't want to like just end it part way. Because we still got a good life going here, and I don't want to, well, I don't want to jinx myself on that. I think something weird. Uh-oh. You wanna? Sure. Why don't you just hang out there? Yeah, I think, let's see, I thanked all of you. I thank the developers. I should probably thank my parents, obviously, once again. I kind of talked about them a bit, but they've been very supportive. And they've always had, like, faith in me on this. Oh, here's another reason you guys have been, oh, I died. I wasn't paying attention to my health. This might be, like, more somewhat private information, because I don't talk about myself too much. But the Rise of channels also benefit me, not just me directly, but also some people from Thailand might know, kind of relate to this. So like, but it's also allowed me to send money back to my home village, which is basically quite poor. You know, they are farmers. I wouldn't say poor, but you know, they have land, they have crops and everything. They're hardworking, you know, but they're hardworking people. And I know particularly in Thailand right now, they've had some pretty bad drought issues, so I've been able to send them over some money to help my family over there. Which I've also been, once again, very grateful for with the success of the channel and everything. No, Barlick! Damn bats. No, Ninja, go! That was a reference. Did you catch it? No. Oh, God. It comes back to the rhythm thing I mentioned. If you get off your rhythm, you're in a load of pain. Okay. I did not quite want to do that, but whatever. We will have to live with it. And we've avoided the bat. Avoided the Batman? No, just the bat. Yeah, I have to, like, come over here. You're gonna throw stuff at me, I'm gonna be very upset. Ow. I always forget. No, Eagle! They do so much damage! You have to, like, catch it on your way down and jump to the right. And you're not supposed to jump into the pit. That's pretty bad, too. So, we're gonna run this life out. There's not too many more things I can say, I think. Like I said, I will there's basically there's gonna be a part 2, and that'll be when the medal comes in. YouTube, wink, wink. Because this video is probably getting a little bit long, and I wouldn't mind talking about like my culture a little bit and some of my background, some more, but that's gonna be a little bit harder with Ninja Gaiden playing. Apologies if this format's been a little weird. Oh my god! So many fireballs! I thought this was the most fitting for things. Like, I'm a very casual person. Like I said, I don't see myself necessarily as a YouTuber, I just see myself as a guy who just plays games. Lots and lots of games. And if, you know, people enjoy watching me play games, if they make their day a little bit happier and everything, like, that's a huge bonus. Because like I mentioned, like, kind of loosely at the start, I was going for some major depression when I first started streaming and stuff. So this was help for me on that end. So if it's a help for you and your other end, if I make your day a little bit happier, like, it makes this whole thing worth it. No. Ninja death. I forgot about that eagle. I remember there was like one little trick. There was like one more trick up the game sleeve. There's always like there's a few very classical death spots. And that's one of them. But that one of the eagle and the ladder. And I don't remember. Because if I kill you... Oh no. Oh no. Ow. Ow. Oh yeah, this level keeps going. Ooh, boy, this was a long stage. Oh yeah, a couple little things. I just remembered now. Because I always see... This is kind of like a Q&A, but not quite. Because I see people sometimes ask these things. How do I find online games? Like, how do I pick them? Oh no, the Rocket Ninjas. Not the Rocket Ninjas. No, not the Rocket Ninjas. How do I pick my games? I mentioned a few times in the comments, I keep track of every game that's ever released. And I'm not kidding. Like, I keep track of every game that comes out. Steam, itch.io, like all these different websites, I keep track of every single one. I do it in a very primitive way. I just go to these websites and just check them every, like, 10 to 30 minutes. I just manually check them. And then I just, if something looks interesting, I just put it on my list, and I come back to it whenever. Sometimes I record it early, and then I just kind of leave it there for a rainy day. Sometimes I record it on the spot and upload it right there on the spot. It just really depends. I really hate the Rocket Ninjas. I'm trying my best to dodge the Shurikens. And there's so many of them. They are such a rude people. I do not like the Rocket Ninjas. It makes no sense. Ninjas aren't supposed to have rockets. That defeats the point of being a ninja. I know it's highly effective. I know they would like argue like, hey, I'm a Rocket Ninja. I'm killing you. It works, doesn't it? But no. That is not ninja-like. That is not cool. That was interesting. No, I thought I could do a little tricky trick. No! There's always like one, and there's always like a follow-up. This game likes to follow through, like, oh, you survived the first one. Don't worry, there was a round 2. You have to either jump in or attack it really quick. I'm slow to draw them both. Oh god. Oh god! Nope. Nope, I did that wrong. Yep, I am... Yeah, that was basically a dead run. The second thing is, some people sometimes wonder, like, why do I upload late at night? Like, weird funny hours. That's because my work my video got done at a funny hour. And I have to like I really try to stick to that one video a day schedule, even if I have to like upload at a funny time. So if you see me upload at 4 a.m. in the morning or 3 a.m. or whatever, that's because I stayed up to 4 a.m. and the video just didn't get done to now. A lot of times it's done and I just died again because of rocket ninjas. But YouTube sometimes takes a long time of processing, so that's kind of why that happens. And random other question I feel let's just throw in there. Favorite video game, Final Fantasy VII. It's not in the sense of like, oh, I think it's the best game ever in the world. It's just the ones I have the most memories attached to. And maybe that'll be a story for another time. And favorite console, Dreamcast. Dreamcast is not even the best console, but I just always gotta rep Dreamcast. Yeah, not that time. Not that time! Thank you. This is probably gonna run out before it's any of use, which is a little sad. Actually, no, it doomed me. It almost doomed me. Because I took a jump I would not have otherwise. Uh-oh. 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 This is awkward. Ow. Stop it. To make it to the end, we've won. No, not the bat. Oh, yeah. That's good. That's good. That's good. Who needs lives anyway? Don't need no health. Don't need no health. There might be health down there, but I may die in my process of getting it. So it's better if I just go to the boss and hope for the best. Well, 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 the manly badass hero, you've reached the end. Who are you? Yes, I'm very cool. I'm your arch enemy, Mickey Mouse. I mean, Mouse, Mickey. That's right, it's me, and I'm here to stop you. Stop me from doing what? Stop you from not being owned by the Disney Corporation. Because I need your money. Ow. 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 And we're on the last stage. One of the hardest stages in the game, of course, but we won't be showing that. I'm to feed you, Mouse. What do you have to say for yourself? Buy more Star Wars products. And I think that's a good way to end the video. We'll call it here. Like I said, we'll do a part 2. We'll talk a little bit more about our little personal things and, you know, a little more about history and stuff like that. I have a number of little funny stories and everything. Anyway, once again, thank you all for the support. It's been a hell of a wild ride reaching this million subscriber mark in like a little over a year. Just amazing. And, you know, stay tuned for that celebratory stream. Like I said, it'll be around 8. I'm going to lean towards 9 p.m. EST on my Twitch channel. Link down in the description and everything. But yeah, once again, thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys later, and take it easy.